Hello everybody and welcome back to Slay the Princess, Pristine Cut Edition. I had to keep doing this. I had to. I love it. I love it, I love it. I guess it tells you exactly what day it was. It's October 26th. I should have done like a huge stream of this for Halloween, just did it all day.
You're here to slay her.
Oh, you bastard. You're in for it now. I'm wise to your tricks.
My tricks? If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, well,
Our beloved?
yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all.
We'll see about that. Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically. It sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
Fair enough.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really did happen. Oh, well, we already did that one. Okay, let's go.
A warning. She will lie.
Yes.
I've already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
That is a barred.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet.
I can understand that, and I agree.
Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with the blade as your implement. You walk up to the wall next to the basement. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how there was a mirror a second ago.
And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place.
So they know that they are what they are. But they weren't at first, were they?
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, a soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning.
I'm with you.
Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that you walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy,
My love!
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero.
did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. We damned a whole world. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. this is horrible. If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hand?
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with.
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time?
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her.
Don't hold it against me, but even monsters need love.
No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I'll... You'll what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon. One slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back, and luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now? That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left me with. You and the princess walk up the stairs, hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. She doesn't have to be so happy about this. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no, did someone lock us in here?
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfair...
Enough with this true love.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice.
I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, you and the princess, and the lock clicks. The door is open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs.
She's gonna take that knife and kill me.
That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer. I hate you. You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just... That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have... Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, and then you step outside.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too...
I'm cold.
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
That was an ending.
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a mirror?
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be... Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit? Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
Now, so my memory comes
She'll
back.
be there waiting for us. I just know it.
You've grown. You find yourselves yourself in the long quiet once again. You are at the cabin.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again.
Are you the same being as you were before? How much have you changed?
Is a child the same as an infant? I am an unbroken pattern, but every vessel gives fresh perspectives and carves new avenues of expression. I am different, but I am the same.
When this is all done, do you know what you want to do?
With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be is different than what I am, and what I am is different from what I was. I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
When I go back, it's as if an invisible wall closes around me. Why can I not do the same things I've done before?
Those paths lead to worlds you've already seen, and to perspectives I have already made my own. They are useless to us now, inaccessible. The only paths of value are those that are yet untread.
Okay.
Why wouldn't I be kind to you? You are the only thing I know that isn't me.
What do you want me to bring you next time?
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose. There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
do you feel about me? These vessels I've been bringing you, I've hurt them.
The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence.
How many more vessels do I need to bring you?
If I am to be an ocean, you have nurtured me into a pond. My waters are shallow and murky. You will have your rest in due time, and I am sorry for the burdens I place on you.
I'm ready.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
A gentle heart.
You're on a path. You're here. You make your way up.
Now we get into the kind of choices that are different in the sense that we need to decide on what we're doing. And, holy crap, looking at the trophies, there's a shitload. Let's enter the basement normally.
The door to the basement. Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may...
Okay.
Let's talk. What's your name?
Oh,
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
you can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Like I said, you can call me I'm sorry, I've been down here so long, I guess I've just forgotten.
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen. But okay, but actually, what has she? That seems like a pretty good compromise.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easy, but if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope.
Nope.
I know you think this is some kind of fair compromise, but it isn't. No, it's a chance we'll have to take. We can make this work if we just stay here and keep watch. No one has to die.
Where are you going? You can't.
You turn your back to the princess.
Fine. Turn your back on me. But it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? Either way, she dropped the mask, didn't she? It'll be the death of all of us, but fine. We'll do it your. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a...
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good...
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting it. No, it doesn't.
I could be innocent and harmless if I want to be. Teasing me with fresh air and a chance to finally live freely doesn't inspire me to play nice.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you...
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart...
I'd say better luck next time, but we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be... I'm sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The nightmare.
You're on a path. You're here to slay...
Getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, you don't have that. This is the first... If he doesn't remember what happened, then... Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all.
Okay, so I have not... Now, I did look at how many endings there were from the trophies, but I've never looked at how to get them. So we are going to learn this together. And I'm probably only going to do like maybe 2, maybe 3 episodes, and then I'm going to do a stream on Halloween to try to get all of them, because I am enjoying this a lot. I'm gonna platinum this bitch.
A warning. She will lie.
She's gonna lie.
Lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time.
Yeah.
Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust
Anyone.
The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side, and the blade is your Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door.
It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel?
I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out.
Okay.
You walk up to the wall.
What are you talking about? This is...
Dogs have finally calmed down. Let's get back to it. Oh, why? There we go.
You reach forward. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
Oh, we should have taken the knife. I don't think going down there unarmed is going to do us any favours.
You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps, suspended.
Look at those eyes.
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes.
The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
Mm-hmm. We don't need a plan. I'm just going to kill her. Mr. Narrator seems to think I can do it, and I don't know why you're all being such pessimists right now. Nah. Let me think.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between 2 loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to... She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Right.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Okay. Go right.
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
There you are. I told you I was going to find you.
As the princess approaches, your legs, your arms quick.
This is it.
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out.
What did you do?
Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part... Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as you're...
What are you doing?
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more.
Okay, whatever you were doing,
Please, you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or You have seconds left.
Yes, I'm sure.
Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her ill intent. How are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option. Then you should get looking. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. 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 Heart, lungs, liver. What? No!
I knew you'd come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving. Do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Shit. Lungs, liver. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe it.
Come along now. You don't want to be stuck down here.
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you... But we don't. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the suggestions for the time being. Right. Heart, lungs, liver. You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Is this really worth it? At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. The princess reaches the top of the stairs and taps on the door. Her head twists back in your direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make the... There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we... Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us. Your body seizes violently as you read. No! You're doing it all wrong. I guess I have to do... Heart.
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. If I'm about to watch you hand the world to her on a silver platter.
And now,
There's nothing else for us to do. The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond.
It's so beautiful. I can't, but it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin. Why is it so cold?
Okay.
She's gone. Oh, and there's that mirror.
It's just going to be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now. It's calling us. Oh, I don't like that sign.
The decay. You've withered. Ooh. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You're at the cabin.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction, a mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, until all of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
It doesn't matter how many times I go back, at least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
This kind of game, it feels like even these explore options, at first I thought they were just knowledge, but
This one is filled with sadness. A doll, abandoned to the company of her darkest impulses. She desires only companionship, but the only thing she knows is how to hurt. She will make for a tender heart. Do not mourn her. She has finally found her way home.
I feel like if I can do this right,
We will know when we...
okay, I'm ready to go back.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
A tender heart. Bring the nightmare to her.
You're on a path. You're here. Seriously? You're just going to turn around? Somehow I doubt that, but fine. I suppose you just... Why? Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands. Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange. It looks like this path...
How convenient!
You're really keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkably selfish, if you ask me. I've already outlined the stakes of the situation. Killing is such a gauche phrasing and completely ignores the bigger picture. Your task is to slay the princess because she's terrible and she's really got it coming to you. But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're at the cabin again. Now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe... There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who has ever lived, as well. And here we go. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin.
Wait, what's going on?
Whoa.
You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your... You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just... You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness.
Chapter 2. The Stranger. Oh, okay. Okay.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay her.
What? You aren't kidding. She actually ended the world last time, didn't she? What the hell? Oh. You... Those walls weren't here last time.
What are you talking about? I'm sure those walls have always been there. It makes sense if you think about it. If there weren't any walls in the woods, if he doesn't remember what happened, then... I don't know. I think it's more fun if he knows what we're thinking. He's like a captive audience. He might have walled off everything but the path to the cabin, but I'm sure there's plenty of other ways we can ruin his day. If by ruining my day, you mean ruining everyone's day forever, then yes, I suppose there are plenty of ways you could pull that off. The world really did end last time, didn't it? We should be careful. The world hasn't ended yet. And you are never going to slay her with that attitude. Stuff those pathetic little voices to the...
Stay in the woods forever.
You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. A warning. She will laugh. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe ignore him. He's just being difficult. Let's
go in.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. But it's all shifted. An inch here. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feet. The blade is your... If he wants us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or better yet, grab it and throw it out the window. No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this? I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess. How many times do I have to explain this incredibly simple and straightforward premise? You can't just say that. But when everything... Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart. You cannot lose yourself before you even get to her. Oh, ho, ho, ho. You've piqued my interest. What? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself. Just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us. I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. Okay. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we'll all... What are you talking? You reach forward,
to wall. Yep.
Now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
Let's see what the...
Whoa! Open, revealing a web of branching staircases all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong, and the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get, your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place. None of the stairs even seem to go anywhere, let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it, the kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her voice, a disquieting collage of tone and
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you. Oh, don't be such a
baby.
I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like whatever we do, we're gonna die. We don't even have a weapon. But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, Whatever. And what's that? The fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin it.
Right down the middle.
You step onto the center staircase. Paths wind out around you in all directions, each step branching into its own staircases, which branch into the... You concentrate on where you are, careful not to stray onto any of the many splitting branches that tempt you on all sides. You wouldn't want to have to backtrack to yours once you've made it, and so you take one careful, focused step after another. 1 foot down, another foot down, another after that. You lose yourself in following the correct pattern, in following what looks to be, but no matter the direction it goes, it certainly is the most true path. You know that much. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel physical sensations dull and then vanish, until the only things experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward. Consumption and betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Can I help you?
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess. Eyes bright, but otherwise shrouded in darkness. And, why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass, we remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was here.
And yet here you are. How strange. Do you remember anything at all? Do you...
The shadows recede, revealing she's so blank. I have no... Isn't that fun? A new puzzle for us to take apart. If she's keeping her cards close to her chest, it's because she wants to deceive you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Sometimes I get lost here too.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. Where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? You said you'd been here before, right? What exactly happened last time? Does it matter? Yes, it matters. But I'm not going to waste any more time prying out details if it seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. If it's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Sure.
I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here.
That's both of those options.
There must be something wrong with you. I'm the same as I don't feel like I've gotten any bigger. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
She fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about... Well, that's where the blade is. If you... Okay, this was fun for a bit, but we can't even really interact with her, can we? What's the point of asking questions? Can't even follow what's going on anymore. We need to get out of here. This...
Princess. You can call me Prince. You can address me. It doesn't matter. I've been down here for so long.
None of them have names. How astute. I told you.
Um.
Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands different. You experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride.
All at once.
You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to languish alone. Is this what the end of the world looks like? But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say? I could use a good bit of wit right now. No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world of the prince falls apart. I think he's gone. We were never going to salvage this, were we?
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong. It's all so Did you do this? Did we do this?
We should help her. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
Okay.
She's gone. And there's that... This doesn't feel right. It feels... Yeah, don't look at it. I don't...
The remains. You've unraveled. Is this the last one? Or...
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. We're supposed... Do you know what we'll find out there? No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you... I am on the cusp of my awakening. There is a warmth and sadness in me at the thought of people. Fresh tears on a winter's day. They are not like us. These ones are a contradiction, a winding kaleidoscope of paths and wall. They are stretched into a shape they will make for a rich and vibrant heart. Do not mourn them, for they will finally get to know themselves.
All right. I'm ready to go back.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for...
Bring the stranger.
You're on a path. You're here to...
Okay. Man, we're close then. Maybe I'll do one more to see, I guess, an ending. Because I have a feeling that there's all kinds of like doing this one and then this one and then this one will get a different ending. Or doing... It's all different variations of all this kind of stuff. I might, at the same time, I might save the ending for Halloween itself, in the stream that comes from it. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you all in the next one.